Okay, so from here, we are going to do a practice that is an integrating practice, always in the evening. I'm considering the fact that I want to make sure you guys sleep. So we will integrate our day, create a little bit of a release, do a lot of forward folding because that's going to move the subtle forces down. The postures that integrate, that cause integration, the samana practice, which means we do rotations and also postures where we're on our tummy that are going to cause the forces to move to the center of the body. So integration is important so that we can assimilate and release stress. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so we are going to start out opening up on our mat. So we're going to do a nice wide stance. We'll do our warm up from here. Okay. So from here, we're going to just drop the heels in and inhale, lift. And then exhale, drop down. And inhale, lift. And exhale down. Two more, just like that. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. And then from here, we're going to open up and go right into warrior two. So you're going to turn to the right. Just start to warm up that body. Turn to the right. Turn your head and look down that middle right finger. Good. You want to make sure that front knee is opening up. Navel is in. So there's two actions happening in your belly. You're drawing the navel in towards the spine and lifting it also up towards the ribs. Two actions there. Make sure that your torso is on top of the pelvis, not leaning forward. Okay. And then inhale, come up. And exhale, come down. And we open up to the other side. Go to the other side. Virabhadrasana 2. Again, drawing your navel in, looking down that middle left finger. Good. I'm going to adjust my camera so that you guys can see the top of me. Okay, good. And then from there, inhale up. Exhale. And we're going to go back into Virabhadrasana 2. So warrior 2. And then inhale, lift up, warrior 4. Good. Now we are going to add Chaturanga Dandasana. So I will turn so that we're all on the same leg. So from here, you take this back arm, swing it around, step the right leg back, modify to the knees if you need to, otherwise lower. Lift up Bhujanasana, and then press back, Adho Mukha Savasana. Good. Then you pick up the right leg, step it forward again, drop your back heel, scoop back up into warrior 4. Good. Then go right back into warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Then inhale, reach, go back to the center, heels in, exhale down, and go to the other side, Virabhadrasana 2. Looking down that middle left finger, draw the navel in, lift it up. So you want to do what's called a 1-to-1 breath. You can count the breath. Inhale, 4 counts. Exhale, 4 counts. Then turning the palm and lifting it up. Virabhadrasana 4. Turn your head, look up. And then bringing your hands to the ground. And now we're going to step back, left leg, Chaturanga Dandasana. So you're either modifying to the knees or you shift forward on the toes, lower, lift, back down dog. Then pick up the left leg, step it forward, back into Virabhadrasana 4. So scooping the arm up. And then releasing Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, reach. Dropping your heels in, exhale down. Open up to the right. Virabhadrasana 2. So we're going to keep adding on. Open up, Virabhadrasana 4. Dropping into Parsvakonasana, reach. So I'm starting out modified, but you can drop the hand to the floor here, or you can use a block. So you can grab a block. That's no problem. Then swing the arm around, step back into plank and lower. Modify if you need to. Lift up Bhujanasana and take it back Adho Mukha Savasana. Picking up your right leg, step forward. Drop your back heel, scoop back up into warrior 4. And then warrior 2. Inhale up. Exhale, drop back down into a squat. Open up, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 4. Dropping down, Parsvakonasana. So you choose what level's right for you. You can either stay on the thigh, you can use a block to the big toe side of the foot, or the hand can come to the ground. Right there. Then swinging the upper arm around, stepping back into plank. Modify to the knees if you need to, lower, lift. Good, take it back, down dog. Then picking up the left leg and stepping forward, drop your back heel, scoop right up into warrior 4. Back into Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale up. Good, now we're gonna hold it in the center. Exhale, we're gonna drop down and then push the arms to the outside, okay? So you're pushing against the inner thigh. Hold it there, start opening up. And then we're gonna push the right hand in and to come over to the other side. So you can come up to the hands, push. And I want you to breathe into the ribs. So bring some breath into the ribs. And then from there, you go to the other side. Push. Same thing, breathe into your ribs. Good, and then inhale, lifting up from there. Inhale up. Exhale down. So we're gonna hold here, squat, and we're moving on to a different sequence. So you're in a squat, open up your arms, turn to the right, straighten your legs. Inhale, so you're lining up your front heel with the arch of the back foot. Exhale, drop down. We're gonna stay with that flow. Inhale, come back up. Exhale down. 2 more, inhale up. Exhale down. And 1 more, inhale up. Exhale down, and we're holding Trikonasana. So with Trikonasana, you do have to watch out for the positioning of the torso. So I want you to imagine that you are leaning against a wall, your butt and sacrum is at the wall, and so is your back, right? Because the tendency in this pose is to lean in front of the leg. That's what people do. It's okay, just lean back, lean back. There is a balancing component to this posture. Again, you draw the navel in, and lift it. Now release your upper arm. We are going to add Artichondrosta, half moon. If you're using a block, you're going to take your block with you. So turning your head towards the big toe, bend the knee, and you're going to reach out. Now take this step by step. You're going to reach out with your block, slide the back leg in, keep your eyes on the ground, slowly start to lift the back leg till you straighten the standing leg. Take it slow. The back leg is activated. Do not let it be limp. Then release your upper arm. And if you feel nice and stable today, turn your head and look to the side. From there, we're going to bend that standing leg, release back down, go back into Trikonasana, swing the arm around and go into a lunge. So we start out on a high lunge, drop the back knee. Good. One hand is on the thigh and the other hand comes up, opening up the front of the hip. And then the hand comes down and we're adding Chaturanga Dandasana. So both hands to the ground, curl your toes under on the extended leg, step back into plank, modify to the knees if you need to, otherwise lower. You can lift up into up dog or cobra. Roll over the toes, down dog. Good. Picking up your right leg, we step forward, drop the back heel, scoop back up. Reach back into Trikonasana and we go into the flow. Inhale up. Exhale down. Two more. Inhale up. Exhale down. And one more. Inhale up. Exhale down. And then we come up, both arms, turning your heel, left heel in, dropping back down into a squat. Opening up to the other side and we straighten the leg. Now you line up that left heel with the arch of the right foot. Inhale up. Exhale down and be gradual here. Inhale up. Try not to push it. Exhale down. We want to reduce intensity, especially in our evening practice. And that's because we want to prepare that body for sleep. So this practice is all about releasing stress, releasing tension. Good. And then the next one we hold. And then hold. Hold. Draw the navel in, tailbone neutral. And remember, you're lining up that torso as if you're leaning against a wall. The sacrum's on the wall. The back is on the wall. The back of the head is on the wall. Both legs are straight. Kneecaps are lifted. You're activating your quadriceps. Now, if you're using a block, you're going to take it with you, releasing your upper arm to the low back. Turn your head, look at your big left toe. Take your block with you and reach. Slide your back leg in. It's still on the ground. You reach out the distance of your torso. Slowly start to lift the back leg up until you're able to straighten the standing leg. And once you're stable there, then release your arm. And once you're stable there, you can turn your head to the side. Key here is to keep that leg in the air active. Do not let it go limp. It makes the pose harder. And then we slide right back into Trikonasana. Swinging the right arm around and dropping into a high lunge. So we start out in a high lunge, then dropping down onto the knee. That left hand is going to come onto the thigh and reach the other arm up. Hold it here. So you're opening up the front of the body, the hip flexor. Well, maybe a little bit of psoas. Then that right hand comes down, stepping back into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, lower, lift, and take it back. Down dog. Awesome. Hold it there. We're going to hold it there, you guys. Caitlin, you raised your hand. Did you raise your hand on purpose? I see that your butt's in the air, not your hand. Okay, so picking up the left leg, pick it up, and then stepping it forward. Drop your back heel and then come back up into Trikonasana. You're lining up the front heel with the arch of the back foot. And then we lower, keep it going. Stay with that flow. Lift and lower and lift. 2 more. And lower and lift. Last one. And lower and lift. Good. And then from here, we're going to actually turn our toes in. So we go pigeon-toed. Interlace your fingers behind the back. So I really like these poses because they help reduce tension in the shoulders and the neck. So toes are in, interlace your fingers behind you, draw the navel in, and then we go forward, hinging from the hip. Drop. Relax your head and keep letting the arms lift up off the back. Breathe. Even out your breath. Good. Samriti breath. That's what you want. So you're pigeon-toed on this one, either slightly pigeon-toed or you can draw your toes in a little bit more. See if that changes the emphasis. Maybe opens up the side of the legs a little bit more for you. Down by the ankle, create a little bit of ankle flexibility. Good, and then we release the arms. Now, when you release the arms, they're going to go to the ground. You're going to turn your right foot just slightly, make it parallel, and then you drop down and lift your toes on the extended left leg. And then release, and we go to the other side. Hands switch, drop down, and then lift toes on the extended right leg. And come back up and go to the right side again and lift. And up and going to the left. Last one. Good. And then from there, you're going to turn your toes in, pigeon-toed again. Hands then come to your waist. And then slowly activating your legs, lift yourself up. Turn your heels in. Inhale up. Exhale, dropping back down into that squat. And then opening back up. You're going to open up, turn. We're going to go into warrior 2. And then that back hand comes around. Now, this is a little bit challenging because warrior 2 has open hips. This left arm is going to come around, and now you're going to drive that back hip forward and try to go into warrior 1, where the hips now face the side. Bend the knee in the front. And then we're going to add rotation. So you have an option here. You can lift your back heel on that left foot, drop the left hand down, and keep that rotation going. So you turn your torso towards the front leg. So remember, anytime we rotate, anytime we do a twist, that is considered samana practice. That's encouraging the subtle forces to move to the center of the body. Good, and then swinging that upper arm around. You're going to drop your back heel and come back up into warrior 1. Good, and then from there, reach up. And then taking your fingers behind you again, we're going to turn the toes in, interlace, and drop back down, releasing the head. So make sure that you're relaxing your head. Good. Keep the arms reaching upward. Make sure the head is completely relaxed. Good. And from there, releasing your arms. You take your hands to the floor. And we're going to bend the right knee again. So you do have to adjust the foot a little bit. You're going to drop down and drop. Extended leg, left leg, toes lift up. See if you can drop your butt just a little bit more this time. And then lifting and going to the other side. Dropping the butt a little bit lower this time. And then the toes lift up. Good, and then lifting up. So we do have a little bit of an add-on here. So now we lift up, hands go back to the center. Take your right hand between the legs. And from here, you're gonna make sure the sacrum is even, and then you stack that left shoulder on top of the right, reach. Now, if you're a little more flexible, you can bring the hand closer to that left foot, maybe even all the way to the foot, or you can use a block. And you're pushing the chest through, but keep the sacrum as even as possible. Push the chest through. Good, and then release from there and go to the other side. So your left hand now is in the center and you open up. Sacrum is even, balanced. And if you want to go a little bit further, you can take it a little closer to that foot, maybe all the way to that foot, to the right foot. Even out your breath. Reduce intensity. We do not want to do an intense practice at night. We want to get away from that, right? We're more interested in the effect. What's the end result of our practice? Okay, good. And then from there, we turn our heels in, bring our hands back up, lift, reach. Good. And then we go back down into warrior two, but on the other side. So you go into warrior two. And the reason why we're doing this is because this pose, we're going to add a big rotation where you keep the heel fixed. But this first round, you can lift the heel. Back arm comes around, and then you lift up into Virabhadrasana 1. Reach. So you're trying to bring that right hip around. Now, if you need to pull the foot out a little bit, that's fine. And then releasing from there, you're going to drop down. Now you can lift your heel. You're going to drop into rotation. So the next go around, we're going to do this again. The next go around, you're going to try to keep that back heel fixed. Swing the arm around, drop your back heel, and then come back up into warrior two, lift, reach. Good. And then we go one more time, toes in, heels out, interlacing your fingers, dropping into that forward fold. Okay, lift the arms up off the back. Reducing tension, releasing tension out of the upper body. We store a lot there. Breathe into that whole area. Good, and then the hands come down to the right. And you open up and lift the left extended leg toes if you want, that's an option. And then lift back up and go to the other side. And lift. And then releasing. And from here, we're going to take our hands to the waist and then lift up all the way up. Heels come in. Up. And then exhale, dropping down, Virabhadrasana 2. Now we're trying to keep the heel behind us, left heel fixed. Back arm comes around and then lift up. Virabhadrasana 1. Now trying to keep that heel down, it is an option. You don't have to. See if you can then add a more intense rotation. So your hand is either going to drop to the big toe side of the foot, or you can take it to the baby toe side of the foot and reach. I'm going to use a block. Watch the arm, don't let it drop to the back. Keep it lifted. Then that right arm swings around, come back up. Virabhadrasana 1, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale up. Good, dropping down into a squat. We're going to go right into it on the other side. Virabhadrasana 2. Back arm swings around, come up into warrior 1. Good, and then we're adding that rotation. If you can, try to keep the heel fixed. Lower at first with the hand on the big toe side of the foot. Open up. Or then see if you can try the baby toe side with the heel fixed. All right, if you can't, don't worry about it. Just lift your heel. The arm, watch the arm, you guys. Keep it lifted more towards the head. Then swing the arm around. Come back up. Virabhadrasana 1. Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale up. Good. And so exhale, we're going to turn to the right side and you're going to release your arms behind you. So here's what's going to happen with your hands. You have 3 different hand positions. Your fists come together, your fingertips come together. And if you can bring your fingertips together, then you're going to move them up your back. All right. So the other thing that needs to happen here is the tendency on this is to round. Okay. And you want to open up. There is another tendency, and that's drop the belly forward. You have to also keep the belly pulled back. That's called kidney loop. So that means you draw the navel in and lift it up, keep the lower ribs pulled. All right. And then from there, both legs straight, lower. So this is going to help flexibility in the wrist, in the hands, releasing tension out of the forearm. So good for us. Even out your breath. And it's a forward fold. So energetically, it moves the subtle forces down. It's more calming for the body. And then lifting. And releasing your arms. Shake up. All right, and then inhale. And exhale, we're going to rotate to the other side. Good, same thing. Now, before you drop your hands behind you, I want you to do a little bit of rotation through the wrist. Rotate through the wrist, go one direction, then go the other direction. And then choose your hand position. So you're going to bring your fingertips in, wrists together, knuckles together, fingertips. And if you can bring your fingertips together, start to move them up the back, open up the shoulders, press your elbows back, move the lower ribs back. Inhale, exhale, forward fold all the way down. Relax your head. Relax your head. Lift your elbows, you guys, a little bit more. Yeah. oh so fun. And then releasing out of that. And releasing your arms. Inhale. And then exhale. We're going to do another forward fold. One more forward fold. You're going to go really wide. 2 fingers on each hand. Okay, so we're doing a mudra. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to take 2 fingers. They're going to go through the big toe, just like this. They're going to wrap around the big toe and connect to the thumb. Okay, that's what you're going to do on each side. So your heels are slightly pulled out. Drop down, grab your toes, bend your elbows, drop your head. Good. Thank you. Keep relaxing the head, softening, trying to release your shoulders by relaxing your head. Keep the 2 fingers connected to the thumb. That's a mudra. It's a hand gesture. It has a subtle effect energetically on the body, right? So mudras are impacting our marma points. Marma points are what we call basically acupressure points, but it's what we call them in Ayurveda and yoga. You also have nadis. They're all part of the energetic channels. Keep relaxing. Try to take a few more breaths. Couple more breaths. Okay. And then from there, good. From there, we're going to rotate to the right side. So you're going to rotate to the right. We're going to go into a half lunge. Okay, you will need a block or a blanket. So make sure you have one. My boy just came home from football practice. Okay, so you're here, releasing the pelvis forward, and we're going to shift back. So you're going to go back into half hero pose, so Virasana, and you're going to move your hips over to the right. So here's what it looks like. You're shifting back. Going to use a blanket, place it right underneath your right glutes. If you're still teetering to the right, it means that you need to move over a little more. Okay? And then you can take your blocks or your bolster and go back behind you onto your elbows. 2 blocks is better. Or maybe you can go onto the floor. Okay? And then if you can, maybe going all the way down, you might have to pull the blanket all the way out and flatten out. All right, and then from there, we're going to take the left heel of the hand, push it into the heel of the foot, and come up. Make sure that your hips are even. And now you reach forward for the extended leg. Relax your head. You can support your head with a block if that's for you. If you've got any kind of tweaky thing going on with your neck, then do that. That can help give you a little more support. So support the head and reach out. I will tell you right now, though, tweaky neck stuff, typically the source is between the shoulder blades at the trigger point, right? So get a tennis ball, lacrosse ball, a husband, boyfriend, partner, whatever, and try to get that massage, that trigger point between the spine and the shoulder blade, bottom of the shoulder blade. Okay, and try to get that released. See if it helps your neck. If it's muscular, it should help it. Good, and then we release out of that. That same leg, extended leg, is going to come up. So at this point, I'm going to pull my blanket out. It's going to come up and we're going to do a rotation. Now, if you're having an issue with that left foot starting to get tweaked, you can release it. It's fine. Just release it so that it turns in like this. So one foot's in, the other foot is, you're still rotating. Okay? Right? Listen to your body. All right, and then we release. Extend both legs out. So release that left leg and shake it out. Do the other side. So you're just going to lean to the left side, pull that right foot back behind you. Now, if you have issues with your knees, you have to come up higher than a blanket. Use a block. Okay. I just like my blanket. So same thing. If you are teetering to one side, it just means you need to move your hip over a little bit. Just move it over to the left. Just move it over. And then we go back. You can either go back onto your blocks, onto a bolster. And if you're able to go onto the elbows, see if you're able to flatten out. You might need to pull your blanket away to do that. Soften the breath, even out the breath, let the body slow down. Then pushing the heel of the right hand into the heel of the right foot, lift up. Okay. And now we go forward. So you go forward and you can either support your head or you can just keep your head there. Make sure that it's relaxed. But if you want to support your head, use a block. Okay. Just make sure your head is relaxed. Yeah. And then work with it by softening your breath. Pay attention to how much relaxation you have in your body. If you're feeling tension, if you're doing a pose and it's causing your body to tense up, that's completely opposite of what we want our yoga practice to do. We do want to make sure that we are activating enough so that we can release tension. But at the same time, we also want to bring in relaxation because we want energy to flow freely. It's all about energy. So we want all of the energy to flow freely. And as our energy flows freely, we have well-being. Good. And then from there, you lift up. And then that leg bends and lift up tall through the torso and rotate. Okay, if this foot that's behind you starts to tweak, just bring it out. No problem. Good, and then from there, we're slowly going to come out of it. So I actually want you to take your legs back behind you so that you can go onto your tummy. So you're going to go onto your tummy. So sometimes my mic tweaks out here a little bit, you guys, but what we're going to be doing is Shalambhasana. Okay, so we're going to start out with the arms at the sacrum behind you, like interlaced. okay, or not. And then the legs are going to lift. So it looks like this. Here I am, and I'm going to lift my legs, and I'm going to lift my upper body. Shalambhasana. Okay, that's variation 1. And then release, and see if you can bring your hands now so that the elbows are lined up with the chest. Okay. And then lifting the legs again, and now the arms lift up like you're in a cactus. Make sure the legs aren't splaying out. And then release, and now your hands go out in front of you. So you're extending your arms. You can relax your head. The only reason why I'm not relaxing my head is because I don't want to affect my mic. So then from there, you lift the legs and the arms, but I want you to thumbs and lift them up. Turn your thumbs up, you guys. Good. And then release. And when you release, push back into extended prayer. Push back into extended prayer. Then from extended prayer, we're going to lift up. So you're just seated. If this hurts, take a block underneath you. All right. And then we rotate again, twisting to the right. Super simple. And then rotate to the left. Good. And then coming out of that, we're going to extend our legs out in front of us. Bringing your feet in and coming up into bridge. Now you do want to watch the knee. Keep the knee tracked in line with the front of the hip bone. Keep it tracked and push up. Good. Now you have an option of just keeping the palms down or interlacing those fingers underneath you. Push actively into your feet. Push to lift a little higher. Draw the navel in, lift it up. Then release the pelvis down. Draw the right knee in, extend the left leg. Open up that knee to the right side, extend your left arm out. Pull that leg up, moving across the body and extending your right arm out. And then releasing, bringing both feet back in flat. Push back up into bridge, interlacing your fingers underneath you or pressing the hands down. Push. Keep pushing into the feet, lift a little bit higher. And then releasing down, drawing the left knee in, extending the right leg straight out. And then opening up that leg to the left side, the right arm extends. And then pulling it across the body, extend the left arm. Good, and then slowly coming out of that and lifting up your legs. So we're gonna do one more forward fold. So the legs are up and the arms are above your head. We're gonna use momentum. Slowly lower and lift, reach, draw the navel in and drop into a forward fold. Taking 5 full breaths here. So you're inhaling, exhaling, even count. Good. And then from there, we slowly, slowly release back out of it. You're going to lay on your back again, arms open up to the side, drawing both legs to the right, looking to the left. And then lifting up, going to the left and looking to the right. And then pushing back up into another bridge just to resettle the pelvis. And then from there, we're going to lower and set ourselves up for Shavasana. So if you have a bolster, the bolster goes underneath your knees. You can use a blanket. If you're warm, just use your blanket. Okay. Arms are going to rest at your sides, palms up in a receiving position. Walk your shoulder blades underneath you. And I want you to grab either a dark cloth, towel, eye pillow, eye mask, something like that to cover the eyes. The eyes are connected to the fire element in the body. It's the most overstimulated sense we have. So we really want to pacify the eyes and the fire element. So you cover the eyes, find something to cover your eyes. Close your eyes and then begin to let that body move into stillness. Let the breath settle. Bringing awareness to the right side of the body. So you want to feel the entire right side of your body, right side of your face, neck, arm, side body, leg, and foot. Move awareness from the right side through the body to the left. And then you want to feel the entire left side. So feeling the left side of your face, your neck, left arm, side body, hip, leg, foot. And then moving awareness from the left side through the body back to the right. Bringing awareness then to your back body. So feeling the back of the head. Feeling your back connected to the floor, your sacrum, your glutes, back of your legs, your heels. Move awareness from that back body through the body to the front. And then feeling the front of the body, the face, the front of the neck, the front body, torso, chest, diaphragm, belly, front of the pelvis, front of the legs, top of the feet. Move awareness from that front body through the body to the back body. And now bringing awareness to the very center where the right and the left sides meet and the front and the back body meet. Where is that where is it? Find it with your awareness. And then let the body settle there, being very integrated and connected with your awareness into the body. Let the breath become more quiet and more subtle. Let go of all effort. So release and let go. If you notice any grimacing or tension or holding in the body, allow the breath to move into that area and soften it. Continue to let the body relax. It's all about relaxation. Good. And then begin to deepen your breath. Bring some movement into your fingers and toes. And then slowly, gently roll to your right side. Take a moment there. Remember, we want to create a whole different mode as we move into the evening. We want to allow that body to slow down. The mind will follow the body. So if you have a meditation practice, you're aware of that when you sit in stillness, basically creates a space for the mind to unwind. And then from there, bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. And once you are seated comfortably, and I like to sit on my blanket so that my pelvis is slightly higher than my knees. And then from there, bring your hands together and connect your thumbs to your heart. Close your eyes. With your eyes closed, reconnecting with the body, feeling the very center. Where is your center? When we are integrated, we have then a sense of belonging. Then we don't look outside of ourselves for that. We feel connection. We don't look for it in our partners. We don't look for it in our friends. We have it. It's within us. So feel that connection that you just created from your practice. Let it help you have a restful night of sleep. And may you have a wonderful evening. Namaste. Oh, Barbie. Good job, you guys.